Well, our election coverage continues after the break tonight.
Yeah, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy will join us live via Zoom when we come back.
Well, more than 3.1 million people in New Jersey voted early, setting the stage for historic voter turnout ever for the Garden State.
Yeah, Governor Murphy joins us now via Zoom to talk Election Day. Governor, how's it going?
Hey, Corey. Hey, Tamsin. Listen, I think it's been so far, I'm not going to wood because we're not out of the woods yet. Polls close at 8 o'clock. But so far, so good, both on the electoral season as well as the elections today. Some challenges with lines in the morning, and I'm sure as I'm speaking to you now in certain parts of the state, it's rush hour. There are some lines, but so far, so good. A very successful day. And I think, as I said, not just day, but when you look at the entire electoral season, it's gone very well.
You know, I'll tell you, certainly there's been a lot of anxiety across the country, but certainly in New Jersey, we've seen situations that have been unsafe, like on the Garden State Parkway over the weekend. I'm just curious. I mean, what's your thought about what we saw there? You have not done an investigation. What can you tell us?
Yeah, I didn't like it. The Attorney General and the law enforcement side are following up on it, but I didn't like it, Corey, is the short answer. It's one thing. I don't begrudge anybody shouting from the highest mountain in support of their guy, but that was dangerous. They pulled in innocent folks in our state in a way that should not have happened. So I didn't like that. We've got no sense that anything like that has happened today of any significance. I hope it stays that way going forward.
Yeah, so do we. Governor, let me ask you this. New Jersey went completely mail-in for absentee this cycle. Is that something that you might change going forward?
Yeah, listen, it's actually a hybrid model, and for the most part, it has worked overwhelmingly well, and I like it. So everyone got a ballot, and you had basically 5 choices. Mail it in, drop it in a secure box, hand it to your county clerk, hand it to a poll worker today, or if you didn't like any of that, vote in person. And so that, to us, that achieved the balance between public health and the sacred right to vote at the core of democracy. So I like it. It's worked very well. I'd love to see in-person early voting added to the mix. New Jersey doesn't have it, and I think we should have it.
You know, one of the big issues for a lot of people in New Jersey and across the country voting is coronavirus and what ought to be done. And I know you're watching certainly this election closely. What do you want to see happen come 2021? Obviously, I assume you want some aid even before then, but come 2021, what do you want to see from the White House?
Well, listen, I'd be remiss if I didn't say I want to see a new president in Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. We need a major federal stimulus to our economy, including the state and local budgets. I hope that happens before then. I hope to see a national set of policies around COVID, including everything from masks to distribution of therapeutics or vaccines, especially to our vulnerable populations. I want to see infrastructure actually invested in and not just talked about. We've made some progress with the Trump administration, and we're grateful for that. But we need a lot more as a state, as a region, as a country. And those are some of the things on my list.
Governor, let me ask you something. How are you all adjusting right now to the strategy and stopping the spread being in the second wave?
It's a challenge, Tamsin. It's a challenge. We knew this would come. New Jersey entered into that. Dr. Tony Fauci reminded me privately and publicly that we entered that phase in a much stronger position than most American states, but we knew it would come. And there's a lot of fatigue around this. So the good news is we've learned a lot. We've got a lot more capacities. That's all good. But the fact of the matter is folks are letting their hair down, especially in private settings where it's hard to enforce compliance in your football watching party at home or your upcoming Thanksgiving celebration. We have to remind folks these are not normal times. We have to continue. The virus is dying for us to let our guard down. We can't let that happen.
No, we cannot. All right, Governor, thank you so much, as always, for being with us today on Election Day. Nice to see you.
Thank you both for having me.